Here now is Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton. He's a member of the Judiciary Committee, ranking member on Criminal Justice Subcommittee, and he was there during that hearing today. You just heard the passion out of Dana and Pete. This is your base. They're upset. What is next when it comes to this committee? Is this vote going to go through or not?
Lawrence, it's good to be on with you. Every American should be upset at the performance they saw from Kristen Clarke today, a radical left-winger. So she has repeatedly attacked the police. First off, she advocated to defund the police last year. She was pressed on that today, and she said, "Oh, I never advocated for that." I said, "Well, you wrote an article, the title of which was Defund the Police." And she says, "Well, I didn't choose the title." It's like, well, the article itself in the text that you wrote says Defund the Police. And she just used bald-faced lies to claim that she never said those things. Or take, for instance, the questions I pressed her on. I gave her examples in which officers had been involved in a shooting to protect themselves and our fellow citizens, like Michael Brown in Ferguson or Jacob Blake in Kenosha last year. Subsequent, impartial, sometimes Democratic-run tribunals found that those shootings were justified. In the Michael Brown case, it was Vanita Gupta, a predecessor at the Division of Civil Rights at the Department of Justice, and Eric Holder, who said there's no basis to press charges against Officer Darren Wilson, who had to shoot Michael Brown in self-defense in Ferguson in 2014.
But Senator,
you're
bringing all these facts, but during the committee hearing, Democrats painted a different picture. Take a look at this, what they had to say.
Ms. Clarke, I'm a little bewildered by efforts we've seen here so far today to paint you as somehow anti-law enforcement.
Some are so threatened by the prospect of a revitalized civil rights division that they have already engaged in baseless attacks.
I have seen the most outrageous lies being touted about you that have tried to obscure your incredible record of service.
Well, Senator, I mean, she sounds like an angel.
Yeah, the only person lying at that hearing today was Kristen Clarke repeatedly about her advocacy to defund the police, or the consistent pattern she has of jumping to conclusions immediately. Anytime there's an officer-involved shooting or an officer uses force to try to subdue a perpetrator, that person is a racist, and it's an example of a racist criminal justice system without ever getting the facts. Yet she also helped support a conference to defend notorious convicted cop killer Mumia Abu-Jamal. So cops all around our country tonight should be terrified that a woman like this, who may do one thing when she's on social media as a private citizen, is going to have the power of the federal government to come down on every police officer and every police department in America with a ton of bricks from the feds.
I got to tell you this, Senator. It looks like the movement is behind right now, because this wokeness agenda is not global. Look at our UN ambassador today and what she had to say. Take a look.
Racism is the problem of the racist. We have to acknowledge that we are an imperfect union and have been since the beginning. I've seen for myself how the original sin of slavery weaved white supremacy into our founding documents and principles. I'm making it a real focus of my tenure at the U.S. mission to the United Nations.
Senator?
Amazing. You know, you used to listen to communist Chinese or communist Soviets call American racist at the United Nations, and the Biden administration hear that from our own ambassador. That's disgraceful.
Yeah, this is our Human Rights Council, and this is what they have to say. Another thing I want to get your quick reaction on. Senator, I'm a fair guy when it comes to justice. It should be equally applied. And I want answers on the Ashley Babbitt case, and it seems like we're not going to get answers on that. What is your reaction to that breaking news that we found out earlier today?
Well, we should have the answers to that, just like any time there's an officer-involved shooting. And I don't want to jump to any conclusions, unlike Kristen Clarke, about the circumstances, because I don't know all the circumstances either. But I think it's time for the Capitol Police to explain exactly what happened, why they reached that determination, to give confidence to the American people that that determination was correct.
Yeah. There were charges in Minnesota, as they should be. I would like to see the facts of this case so I can know if there should be charges in this case. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that. Can you make the commitment that we will get some type of answers on that, Senator?
We should always have the answers anytime there's one of these incidents. It should be thorough, it should be transparent, and it should be neutral and fair and give due process to all involved.
All right, Senator, I'm going to hold you to that. Thank you so much.